I started off the day early in the morning in the town of Forks, Washington. I headed west on the 110 and kept to the left at the two forks in the road on the way to La Push. Or as Yankee baseball player great Yogi Berra once said, when you get to the fork in the road, take it. Look for the sign for Second Beach. The lot fills up fast, so you might have to park in the overflow lot above it. If that's filled, then park at the lot for Third Beach, which you passed a few minutes ago. Okay, here's the sign marking the trailhead. It reads 0.8 of a mile to Second Beach. One of the first things you do is cross over this wooden bridge. This is what a lot of the trail looks like. A thin path cutting a route through this lush forest to the Second Beach. This is the view I got as I exited the forest and entered Second Beach. You can see by the little ant-sized people just how large these sea stacks are. I turn to my right and I see this natural eye of a needle in this rock. Okay, I'm not sure what geniuses came up with the name as original as Second Beach, but I'm sure a lot of thought and work went into it. Here's another shot of Second Beach. My only disappointment was that the sun wasn't out. That sunlight makes a big difference on the pictures.
Well, I'm down at Second Beach. Really lovely down here, a lot of sea stacks. I just wish the sun would come up. The only thing is, I guess you can't always get what you want. Let me repeat that. You can't always get what you want. One more time. You can't always get what you want. Thanks, Mick.
Did you notice that big sea stack behind me? And did you notice those tiny dots moving around? Those aren't fleas, those are people. Here, I'll zoom in a bit. That dark area at the bottom is how high the ocean rises at high tide. Yet another reason to get here at low tide. Now I'll show you what those people are walking around and looking at. Starfish, starfish, and more starfish. Despite their name, starfish are not fish. They're invertebrates, while fish are vertebrates with backbones. Starfish have no scales, gills, or fins. They have no brain or blood. No brains. Sounds like a lot of people I know. So if you want to be correct, call them sea stars. Besides starfish, sea stars, there were these cool, tiny caves to check out. Here's a shot of that eye of the needle natural arch that was there. I came across these strange tracks on the beach and followed them to find out what was making them. What could it be? A sea star? Strange blood-sucking creatures from outer space? A walking fish delivering fan mail from some flounder? Nope, none of the above. Just a crab, just making tracks at some place important to that crab. About that time, I looked at my watch and realized if I was going to have time to see my next destination, I was going to have to act like that crab and make tracks. From Forks, I motored south for about an hour and a half to Lake Quinault Resort. It was very busy because it was a weekend, but it was here that I found what I was looking for. The largest Sitka spruce tree in the world. It's a short half-mile hike to the giant Sitka tree. You know that you're almost there when you come to the footbridge and see the mighty tree in front of you. On this damaged sign in front of the tree, you can see that it's 58 feet 11 inches in circumference and 191 feet tall, and it's about 1,000 years old. Pretty impressive. Maybe not in the same league as the sequoia, redwood, or bristlecone pine trees, but like I said, that's pretty doggone impressive. After that, I hit the road again, once more driving south. I was headed to a place called Sharky's in the little town of Ocean Shores. And then I was finally there. I had told myself that I had to come and see this place after seeing pictures of its front entrance. I just love places like this. Here's a picture of me out front. There's a what behind me? Inside, the souvenir shop was just as cool as the entrance. Sharks hanging from the ceiling, and shark-themed souvenirs everywhere you looked. The owners of Sharky's obviously knew what they were doing because the place was jam-packed with people. I even found myself getting excited by all the shark paraphernalia around. How's this for a gift? $399 for a natural shark's jaw. I came this close to getting this sweatshirt. Hey, you there in the shark-infested waters. I guess this just isn't your day. Boy, all these shark souvenirs and sharks hanging from the ceiling. I felt just like Mike Nelson. You know who Mike Nelson is, don't you? All you baby boomers are saying, "Oh yeah, now I remember." I found out that leaving the store was just as cool as entering it. After that, I drove on to my motel and hit the hay early. I had to get up very early the next morning to catch a flight back to LA. And here I am, in the plane, early in the morning, taking off and headed to LA. There's a peak at Mount Rainier in the distance. It wasn't too long, and we were flying by that wreck of a volcano, Mount St. Helens. I think I've entered Oregon airspace because I think that's Mount Hood below the plane. The shot inside the plane, pretty jam-packed, except I was lucky there was nobody sitting behind me.
Wow, I must have fallen asleep. What a wild dream. Let's take a look and see where we're at. What the? Oh, flying stars. I feel faint. Oh, I must have fallen asleep. What a wild dream. I'll take a look outside and see where we're at.